this is John McNicholas. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment. Maybe there's another song or artist you'd like to see me cover. And then this is actually a Patreon request. So check out the Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you're going to get a PDF lesson of this song as well as a guitar profile that you can play along with. And I've got it for this song and hundreds more. Grab a guitar, let's play. In regards to the chords of this song, it's really straightforward. Almost all open position strings up here at the top of the neck. We've got a G, we've got a C, we've got an E minor, we've got an A minor, we've got a G with a B in the bass, so that's just a G without the 6th string. And you'll see that on walk-ups a lot. We've got a D, and then the only bar chord we got is a B minor. You can also play it like you would an inside F, or just 3 fingers. So let's get started. The strumming pattern is down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. And that's for about 90% of the song. If you have these measures that have 2 chords, so it's like that little walk-up we just talked about, it's going to be down, down, up, down. So you'll have those interspersed in the song. Let's take a look at the intro. The intro just goes from G to C, 1 measure each, and it's going to do this back and forth 4 times. Halfway there. Last one. Also in that part, you've got this cool little walk down, played on the 1st and 2nd strings, I believe. So we're bouncing off the 1st string, 15th fret, then 2nd string, then 14th fret, 12th fret, 10th fret, and then 7th fret. And you've got a cool little thing on the 3rd to 5th fret where we're borrowing the 1st and 2nd strings and then going down little pentatonic scale. So have fun with it, make it your own. I'm mostly in E minor pentatonic on this, although the chords are basically in C major. So experiment, check it out. So we're going to start off with a G, sorry, not in C major, G major. So we're going to start off with a verse, and we're going to have 2 measures of that G, where Johnny works in a factory. Works in a factory. 2 measures. And now a measure of C. Back to G. So that first line, Johnny works in a factory and Billy works downtown. The next line, Terry works for a rock and roll band looking for that $1 million sound. We're going to have 2 measures of E minor. And now we're going to have that little walk up that I talked about. We're going to go A minor, G with a B in the bass, and then 4 beats of C. So that little line there, Terry works for a rock and roll band. Now we're going to go to the next line, and I got a little job down in Darlington. So that's going to be the same as the first line. We're going to have 2 measures of G, a measure of C, and a measure of G. 2. Here comes the C. Back to G. Second half of this little phrase, "Some nights I go to the drive-in," is going to be just like that second half of the first part. So it's going to have 2 measures of E minor. And now that walk up. So let's do the whole sort of verse together. It's basically just verse after verse after verse, but it is sort of different little parts. So I'm going to call out the chords. We're going to start off with 2 measures of G. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Johnny works in a factory. Now the C. Back to G. Here comes E minor. A minor walk up. Back to G. 2 measures. C to G. Here's the G. Back to E minor for 2 measures. Now we got that walk up. So that's the first part of the first verse. Now we have sort of a change, a pre-chorus. It's a different section. It's going to stay on C for 2 more measures. I follow that dream just like those guys. I'll follow that dream. Back to G. Back to C. And now it's going to stay on C and do the exact same thing again for 2 measures. G. Back to C. So let's do that second half of the verse. Call it a pre-chorus, call it a different part. Starts on E minor. The walk up. Stay there. G. C. Stay there. G. Back to C. And now we're going to get to the last part of this verse. It's, and when the promise was broken. I'm going to call this the chorus because it's the last tag at the end. And so we're going to have 2 measures of D, and when the... Now G, back to D. So that last little bit, 2 measures of D, a measure of G, a measure of D. So let's do that whole verse. So each verse is a little different, and that's one of the really interesting things about Bruce Springsteen songs. Acoustically, they can be super simple, but it's all about the arrangement. So we're going to start with the verse. Intro is just G to C 4 times. So here comes the first verse. G, C, G. Stay there. C. Back to G. 2 measures of E minor. Now A minor walk up to G, back to C, back to G, E minor, 2 measures, the A minor walk up, stay on C, here's the second part, stay there. Here comes the G, back to C, stay there, G, back to C. Here comes the D, 2 measures, measure of G, measure of D. So that's the whole verse part, first verse. Now we're going to go into a second verse part. And hey, we got some new chords in this one. I'll talk about it when we get there. It's going to start the same as the first verse. So 2 measures of G, a measure of C, and a measure of G. This is, well, now I built that challenger by myself. Stay there. C. Back to G. Second half of this verse is going to be just like the first one. So we're going to have 2 measures of E minor. Now live the secret. A minor walk up. And here's where it changes. It's going to start with an E minor, a measure of that, a measure of B minor, and then the walk up again. So let's do that little part. It's going to be E minor to B minor. E minor, B minor, A minor walk up. And now we're going to go to a measure of G and 2 measures of D back to a measure of G. So every day it gets harder to live in this dream I'm believing in. And now comes the first time he mentions Thunder Road, and that's going to be a walk up. So let's break that down. We've got the walk up. So A minor, B in the bass, C. And then we're going to stay on C for 6 beats because it's going to restart. And so the second half of that is going to go, oh baby, you were so right. So that's going to be C, D, G. So let's do that Thunder Road line again. D, G. That's going to repeat. Thunder Road, there's something dying down on the highway tonight. The walk up. C, D, G. Now let's play through the whole second verse. It's going to start with 2 measures of G, C, and G. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the G, stay there. C, back to G. E minor, 2 measures. We got the walk up. E minor to B minor, B minor, A minor to walk up, a measure of G, 2 measures of D, now to G, the walk up, 6 beats of C minor, or C, D, G, that repeats. So that's the whole second verse part. Now we go into an instrumental. The instrumental, guitar-wise, is going to be just like the intro. It's going to go C, G, C, G. So just C, G, C, G, back and forth. Now we get into the third and final verse. Again, it's a little different. There's no B minor in this one. I lied, there's 1 B minor. So it's going to start off with 2 measures of G, a measure of C, and then a measure of G, just like all the other verses have. And then it's going to go to the E minor and the A minor walk up, just like the other verses had. So let's just play through this first part. We don't need to demo it. So 1, 2, start with G. Stay there. C to G. G. 2 measures of E minor. The A minor walk up. E minor to B minor. Here comes the B minor. The walk up. Back to G. And then D for 2 measures. And then G. A minor walk up. So let's stop there. Let's talk about where it comes in from the E minor. When the promise is broken, you go on living. Let's start there. That's going to be E minor to B minor, and then the A minor walk up. So 1, 2, 3, E minor, B minor, A minor walk up. Now we're going to go to G for measure, and D for 2 measures. And then G for 1 measure. Now we're going to get to the Thunder Road part. That's going to be the A minor walk up, D to G. So it's going to go from going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So the A minor walk up, D to G. 3 more times. A minor walk up, D to G. A minor walk up. This is all that Thunder Road part. I think there's one more time. This will be the last time. Walk up. And in the outro, it's just going to go G to C again until it fades out. It does it like 12 times, so I'll just do it 2 times. Add some flair in there if you like to. And that's the whole song. Well, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment. Maybe there's another song or artist you'd like to see me cover. And then I'd like to thank my Patreon for requesting this song. I've actually got one more Bruce Springsteen song coming their way soon. So check that out. It's only $5 a month and up. You can give me $100 a month. I won't be upset at that. Like it, subscribe it, check it out. You'll get a PDF of this song, a Guitar Pro file of this song to play along with, and hundreds more. Maybe millions if this is like 100 years from now. That'd be kind of fun. See you in the next video.